welcome to Halloween Horror Events Podcast, where we talk about Halloween haunt events.
From Halloween Horror Nights to Howlow Screamin' Orlando, Florida, and Hollywood.
Plus epic horror events in the UK.
We bring you news, plus rumors, and our honest opinions.
Now over to the three hosts, Simon, Phill, and Joe. Well, that is if any of them decide to show up.
Hi everyone and welcome to the HHE Podcast. And yes, this ain't Simon talking, is it? It's Phill. Basically, we're in a period in the UK right now when everything is go, go, go. Joe's got so much work with his kids and we've had announcements for HHN, but unfortunately Simon had loads of days off until the announcement's made, and now he's at work. So it's just going to be me on my own, my very dusty mic. If you're seeing it on YouTube, I really need to clean this and very unprofessional of me. But anyway, who cares about that? So it's just me, Phill, my own for now. Simon will be joining us through this, hopefully, at any point. He is on the verge of finishing work. If you don't know, he's a train conductor. He needs to get back to, I believe, Manchester Airport, and then he travels home and he's going to come in on Zoom on his phone. So if he doesn't sound as good as normal, please apologize for all that for me. I do apologize that we can't be that perfect, but I am here on my own for a little bit. And on this episode, we're obviously going to be talking about the amazing house announcement for Halloween Horror Nights 2024, the Insidious house, and what a trailer might add. And also, we're going to go into the big topic, and it's not Insidious. It's the fear passes with Express, apart from Rush of Fear. What's happened there with it selling out and all that stuff, and what we think's going on. Now, that's a big story. We have many comments from other people about the Insidious house, a couple about what's happened with the fear passes. So I'll be reading them out on the show as well. And as I said, hopefully Simon will join us as soon as possible. Also, have you noticed Discover Universal have dropped another episode of their Halloween Horror Night stories? They've done I believe it's I'm gonna call it Twisted Treats in Major Sweets. It's like Major Sweets. What I'm gonna do now, I've put a little clip of it in the show for you because you may not realize it. Not everyone is in it as much as us. Discover Universal, they talk about the theme parks, but they do really good intricate stories for Halloween Horror Nights for the houses they've got. So this will be the second one this season. I think it was Monstrous, Universal Latino one. That's already been done. Go and check that out. But here it is now for Major Sweets. I'm just going to drop that in right here.
Discover Universal presents Halloween Horror Nights, Echoes from the Fog.
An anthology series exploring the original stories of Halloween Horror Nights' chilling creations.
And today we are discussing one of the original haunted houses that's coming to this year's Halloween Horror Nights for Universal Studios Florida, being Major Sweets Candy Factory.
Or being startled by the loud creak of the entryway door swinging open. They scurry in search of hiding spots.
Shh! Stay down! Who is it? Helen! Let me check.
Helen boldly raises her nosy brow above the barrel she hid behind. Looming in the distance, pacing back and forth, is a horrifying figure. It is the man with the bloated face that Lonnie saw the night before. This time, he wields a baseball bat covered in steel spikes. Looks like they did find themselves in a world of trouble after all.
He's a monster. What?
Sweet children, there's candy. Don't hide from me. Major Sweets has candy for you.
Right, you saw that there. And just before I go any further and we get into this show properly, do not forget to obviously subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can watch the podcast. You'll see all the videos and that and stuff we put up on the screen, what I think makes it a lot more better. Also, we're on every great podcast app out there. So could you, on their maps, because it'll help us grow, give us a perfect review on there, and obviously share the podcast to your friends and family. And finally, to get all this plugging out the way, follow us on the socials at HHE Pod, but on TikTok, It's HHE Pod 1. That's my fault. We did have HHE Pod. I forgot all the logins and everything and can't get back into it. But HHE Pod 1, we're doing really well. We're over 100 subscribers now, and it's been open a couple of months, so we're quite happy how we're growing. Anyway, let's get into this show, and as far as I can tell, it's going to be me on my own for a little bit, and as I say, Simon will come in, and Joe, who's either been to work today looking after his kids or he's drunk, will be back soon. But I know Joe's opinion on the fear passes with Express, so I can bring it up on the show anyway. Right, let's get into this. Right, it's me on my own for a few minutes still, and this reminds me of my old days of the Orlando Addict podcast, what used to be my podcast on my own. So let's see how this works. Anyway, here's the trailer for Insidious The Further. Also, obviously, the announcement video for Halloween Horror Nights 2024.
Warning, unusual audio-visual activity in your area.
No, copy that. No, I'm going to get Lisa. She's downstairs, I think.
So, what are you doing after?
Haven't thought about it.
Come on, Jade. You know we all want you to go. Plus, what good is a cast part if you aren't going to be there?
Fine. Then I'll think about it.
Alyssa, you're up. They need you for last looks.
That's me.
See you later.
They've come back to haunt you. Insidious, The Further. Only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, where horror lives.
There you have it. We have Insidious The Further. And I've just been told as well that Simon is on his way back to his car. So I'm going to quickly invite him in. He probably won't be on screen as his video, but you will hear him. So if it's on YouTube, you don't see him. Fully understand why you won't actually see him on this episode. You're probably thinking it would have been better not seeing my ugly face. So as I said, that was Insidious. And I'm inviting Simon in as we speak. I've just got to wait for him to come in now. I think myself personally, it's a great trailer. I think it's the best one of 2024. And here he is, Simon the Man. So let's give it a few seconds. And he hasn't got his mic on yet, but as I say, he's using a phone, so it's a bit different for Simon at this precise moment. Hello, Simon.
How you doing, buddy?
It's all good. Now, I've just explained to everyone, obviously, you're traveling home from work. You're not obviously on your proper machinery. So if you don't sound as well, it's a crap iPhone. That's the reason why.
Well, it's the Apple products. It's the AirPod and it's the iPhone, so we'll see what it actually turns out like.
Well, I've just played the trailer for everyone, mate. So, what did you think of it?
Right, obviously. It was the best one that they've done. Personally, I didn't find it scary at all. It didn't give anything away, except obviously Keyface was there and the demon monster. But a lot of people say it's the best trailer they've seen. Doubt it. I've seen a lot better.
I think it's the best trailer this year.
No, it's definitely the best trailer this year. But I wouldn't say it's the best. It's not the best ever. No chance.
No chance. I agree with that.
But it's not giving anything away. There's a few little things if you look in the background that might hint to what's going to be happening in the house. But other than that, it's It's a teaser trailer for a house. It's what we wanted.
It's clear. It's going to be in an original story.
Yeah, it looks like. Well, it looks like it's going to be what's going to be behind the red door. So, in the further, is it? Oh, that's what they're calling it.
Into the further, not the farther, like the Irish would say, but in the further. Yeah. So anyway, was work good?
It could have been better. Okay. It was a bit busy on the train. It's going to be even worse tomorrow. If you're in the northwest of England,
more drunk people.
Well, it's not just that. If you're in the northwest of England, you'll understand. Another company has decided to cancel 349 trains for tomorrow.
Ouch! Just to explain to you guys, it is Saturday the 13th right now, and when I'm saying people are going to be drunk, Sunday is a very big day in the UK. We're recording this day before, just in case we do lose the final, England versus Spain. But we're not going to lose, and if we do lose, congratulations, Spain. But if we win, it's finally home. So I'm covering my bases.
Since 1966.
Yeah, well, this will be the first time ever for the Euros officially, so let's not forget.
Oh, yeah. And the first one, the first championship.
So I do actually have comments from people about the house. We actually got a lot more. Yeah.
Because I'm just going to mute myself for a few seconds while I get in the car.
Okay. So where are we? There was quite a few of them. So yeah, again, people, I asked a question, made it a bit more stranger this time. Question for the podcast. It may only be Phill on. Well, it's not now. So it's question time. HHN 33. 2024 really. Your thoughts on the announcements, the Insidious house, and did you buy a Fear Pass? If so, which one? And obviously once we finish with this, we're going to get to that Fear Pass debacle. Right, we got someone called Joseph Ventura. He just put, I bought the Ultimate. I don't know if he's got express of it or not, because we'll get to that story in a bit. The next one was Megs is ready for HHN, who's always commenting. Thank you very much, Megs. One could be a pretty intense house, which makes me excited. And number two, I got a rush of fear with Express. Rush of fear is not a problem. I have OCD and anxiety and check on passes every day at 5 a.m. Have for years. I really feel bad for everyone who didn't get theirs. Hopefully there's drop more. There's a little teaser for some people if they don't know what's going on. The next one was in a Facebook group. I didn't put the group name down, unfortunately, but it's from Tony Crosdale. We have just got the Rush of Fear passes. We're there for the 2nd September for 2 weeks, staying at Dockside again. End of the Summers. Don't forget my group, Universal's End of the Summers result. Just go and join it. It's more of a night picture as the banner. So there's your hint there. I'll put it in the show notes. So if you want to join that group, we do Dockside and Surf Day, and literally every admin and moderator has stayed there at some point. So we all know what we're talking about with them results.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yes, well said. I didn't know you was off mute, so I'm really excited about all the announcements for houses so far and can't wait to see it all again. There has been some online moaning about them, but Universal can really put a show on. Very true. Last year I thought the houses were good, but the scare zones were a bit naff. Yeah, I agree with that. And gave the feeling they were an afterthought. The hippies, I couldn't tell them apart from the general public. I could, but they weren't scary.
Hippies, what zone was that?
That was is that the New York area where the tribute store is?
Obviously I was only there for a couple of days when I worked there. I didn't expect to experience a lot of the
it was meant to be vamp something, wasn't it?
Oh right,
yeah.
But the scare zones for the last few years have been meh.
They're selfie zones. Well, just change the name to selfie zones and have it done with. Anyway, next person, Vicky Earl. Me and my BF managed to bag FFP each this year. We missed out on them last year. They sold out so fast. I'm excited most of the Ghostbusters. Did Fear Passes sell out last year?
Yes.
They must. Was it later in the event?
It wasn't until it was later on in the event. It was more near towards middle of September.
Right, interesting.
But yes, it did sell out. I did. Obviously, we'll go into that in a bit.
Yeah. Florida Phil Campbell. I like the name. He messages quite a lot. Hey Phil God, as you know, I bagged just gave my surname around there. I bagged a frequent fear with Express, and I'm very happy. Works out great value for my trip in October. Liking the look of the Insidious house. Looking forward to the originals though. Get that one. Then we've got Mr. Willits, Mr. Doctor Who himself, Mr. Craig.
He's not sent a paragraph in again, has he?
He's answered quite a few times, so we've got stuff. Look, Craig, thank you, mate. In all fairness, mate,
Yeah.
read stuff. Simon doesn't have to read them.
Yeah, it's not a stab. It's not a stab, Craig. It was just they are very, very thoughtful, and thank you very much.
Yes. Right. Best announcement video this year. And it's also the potential to be the scariest house. Excited for this one, given it looks like it will be a soundstage and they have a great movie franchise to work with. There's more from Craig. And the second part was, I got the Frequent Fear Plus. Well done for doing that with Express. Now you get what I'm saying. Well done. Having had Express for a few years, it's hard to give up, even with the price hike. It's great knowing you can get all 10 houses done, even in a busy night, with time to spend on scare zones. Next person, George Lee Clements. We got Frequent Fear passes. I'm actually really excited. I think the originals are usually better than the IP houses. Anyway, from what I've seen, first time going, but have followed vlogs of each 1 year's gutted. There's no I knew what you meant by Friday, Five Nights of Freddy or Stranger Things, but I think the concept of the originals will make it. We can't wait. We fly the 30th of September, and that is the last person. Five Nights of Freddy. I think it was let down by the movie. I really do. I think if they didn't have the movie and they kept it to the game, I think we probably would have got it.
Yeah, but also with Five Nights at Freddy, it's probably an expensive IP. With its same as Stranger Things, and everything's governed by Epic Universe at the moment. So,
yeah, I've heard the rumor yet again this year they've had to cut down on a lot of things for HHN. So don't expect 2019 quality if that's the last time you went, for example. It'll still be better than most events around the world, but if you've been going for years, you will see cut downs, unfortunately. But you want the best theme park in the world, and you want new theme parks. They either really overhike the prices or they take cutbacks. So they've had to go middle ground, I think.
Yep.
So that is it. Now, do we get into this story straight away? What do you reckon?
We can. I'll give you my take on it.
Okay, so do you want to explain to people first what we're talking about?
Right. Well, the big controversy is the Rush for Fear. The Frequent Fear Plus and Ultimate Fear Plus with Express have already sold out on the first day.
I checked tonight and they're still gone.
Yeah, and they are upset, and I completely understand that. It did come out of left field. If you don't follow Halloween Horror Nights and know when to predict how the tickets are going to go on sale, you're not going to know when they come on. We kind of knew because we've been going for many years and we know when they roughly announce it. And obviously, it was on the app first thing in the morning for the UK people. And obviously, they've sold out. Right, there's the bit. They've sold out. It is what it is. You can't get them tickets with Express at the moment. Because I'll just say this, and I'll leave it at that. The Unmasking the Horror Tour, the 6-night house tour, was sold out in the first week and a half of it actually going on sale. Because I tried to book it and I couldn't. I had to book a 3-night tour, 3-house tour instead. And if you go onto the Universal website or the Universal app right this second, every single day in September and October is available for the 6-house tour. So that's all I'll say on it now is they are not on sale. They sold out. They said they sold out. They were gone. You couldn't buy any more. And now the house tours are available again. I think it's going to be the same for this. I think they had an initial amount that they wanted to sell. They've sold out. Once they get the figures in for how many individual nights have been sold with Express, that's when they'll say, right, well, we can now release these tickets with Express. And I'll give you another tip. If people are after the Ultimate Fear, right, this is the biggest tip of the moment. Bag yourself the Rush for Fear Pass with the Express, which is still available. Go to customer services before the 21st of September and upgrade it to the Ultimate Fear Pass by paying the difference. And that is a way of getting the Ultimate Fear with Express by buying it in 2 stages. So if that helps a lot of people, happy days.
Interesting if that works.
It says it on the ticket. If you read it on the actual ticket for the Rush for Fear with Express, if you wish to extend this for the whole event, please come to customer service before the end of the ticket is invalid and pay the difference to have it upgraded. So if you are panicking and you want the ultimate fear, that's the way to go and get it. And by the obviously pay it in 2 stages. But as for the frequent fear and the frequent fear plus for the express, just hang on. Or if you like, which Universal are pretty good at, buy the normal one without the express, and when it becomes available, give them a ring, call them on WhatsApp, call them on Skype, email them, and upgrade it to the express pass. Pay the difference. They will become available. There's no way they've completely sold out. If they have, I'll hold my hands up and I will say I do apologise for giving this information. But the lines last year were mental. And I could actually still buy an express pass when it was mental after 11 o'clock one on the day. And that cost me $99 plus tax per person.
Right, we got Joe's take. I'll quickly say Joe's. I've seen it online. He's been debating with people. Joe sees it very different from a lot of people being British. He's only going for one night. He's got one night with Express, and he says basically the Express lines are so crazy. It seems unfair that you still may not be able to do all the houses when you fork out so much money for one night, and he can only go one night this year with the family he's with. So he says you get in your lines and they're over an hour long. I get that. I totally agree. We were there last year and the express lines, some of them were extortionate. I saw some lines where people were going down the normal queues and getting through quicker, and that ain't on. There's got to be a happy medium here. I think last year they sold too many, my opinion. I think they got greedy and sold too many of them. I think this year they're not selling as many, but as Simon says, they are going to sell more this year. I just think they're hedging their bets now. By the way, this is also a great marketing ploy because when they come back out, you are all going to run and buy them. And that's a fact. You think the whole event's going to be steamed. It's not because it's steaming they've sold out. As Simon says, it's because they had a certain amount allocated at the beginning and everyone's rushed for them because how busy last year was.
Yeah. Also, I will put this out there as well. If they don't sell any more new express passes on top of what they've already sold, I guarantee the average paying person who hasn't got the express pass will love it. Because the only reason why them queues stop moving is 1, for a cash change for a split second while the cash goes in, and 2, to let express through. If nobody is in them express queues, you are in the normal queue, you will not stop walking. You will carry on moving in a conga line for the whole way through. So you will get through them lines a lot faster if there's not as many express passes been sold.
Yeah, I know.
So that could be a plus point.
If they don't bring them back to the fear passes, and I know this is not going to help everyone, if you're a local and you've got the ultimate fear, is there a reason you want to do every house every night? I don't think you will, personally. But I do think there will be passes sold on the day. So if you're not a local and you've only got 3 or 4 nights, you need to get into the event as early as possible. Look for them stands, and I believe they sell them at 11 o'clock as well, don't they?
Yeah, there is. You can still do the event even on a very busy night if you are willing to go to Stay and Scream, pick the area you want to do, and then smash them houses in that area. Then go over to another house in the other areas, do them, and stay to park close. If you stay to park close, you will more or less guarantee to get all 10 houses done. Not necessarily all the scare zones. Well, actually, you should be able to get the scare zones because you're going to have to walk through them. But you won't get the show done. You might not be able to sample much of the food because you just have to grab something as you're walking into a house or into a line. But it's still possible to do. It's just a lot of you need to plan and go for it.
Food for me, this is how I would do it. If I saw a line, it's going to be over an hour long. I'm going to grab my food and drink, and I'm going to have it in the line.
Yeah,
You don't need to be in a scare zone to eat people. Let's
Exactly.
be truthful. You can do it in the line. You can have banter with your mates. That's an English word. I had someone in the group ask me what the word banter meant, and I laughed my head off.
Oh, right.
I also put something about, because I bought a Russia Fear Pass. I bought sorted Russia Fear Pass, and they put sorted question mark. That was like, but yeah. So Simon, what pass did you get?
I got the Rush for Fear with Express.
Yes, and we say we
And
know
I've
Joe's
paid-
got a one-night ticket.
Yeah, for me and Julie, in English pounds, if you're wondering, it's cost me £1,017.
By the way, there's another hint. Joe bought his tickets Friday night, and he bought Express with it. Now he's going in October. The Ultimate Fear Pass with Express is sold out. So how's he got Express for one night?
Because you can buy Express for what you still buy the Express for one night.
But that's what I'm saying. So there is still Express out there.
But that's what I said to you a little bit further on. I says what they'll do is when the figures come in for how many Express passes have sold for each night, they'll say, right, well, we can now put another 1,000 Ultimate tickets with Express.
It's also staff as well. When they get enough staff for the houses and people to be in the queues, line, standing there, they will bring it in. But maybe they haven't got enough scare actors right now for a lot more changeovers. So they're like, we've got to calm this down a bit.
Well, as far as I know, the actual staff inside, when it comes to scanning tickets and in the queues, it's all done on overtime for people who work for Universal. They don't outsource that bit. It's mainly the scare actors that they actually outsource. But I'll say I will hold my hands up if there's no more of these tickets available by August. I'd say wait until the event starts. If you desperately do want to get them, get them. Like I said, and then if you want the Express after, if they do become available, it's just a quick phone call to Universal, a quick email, and they'll sort it out. They'll do it for you. Prime example, I don't know if you want to tell them your story, what happened with your tickets.
Oh God, yeah. Thanks for reminding me like that. Well done, Simon. That's why I shouldn't be on my own. People, I went online on was it Thursday morning? I went on sale.
Yeah,
UK,
Thursday morning.
12 o'clock UK time, British summer time. And we had to VPN. By the way, Universal, I need to have a word with you about this afterwards. And we got to the payment page, Russia Fear passes. We put the card details and all that in. Confirm. Boom. The bank, it says, basically, the money's gone from my account. My brother's account is pending. But we don't get a confirmation, and a page comes and goes in error. We start figuring out something's not right here. Eventually, we start ringing Universal. They can't find tickets, but the money's still pending, so that money we can't use right now. It's not a problem. We're sorted out of the banks in England. One thing I will give UK banks are done about your American banks. When there's a problem like this, we are secure and it gets fixed. It may take up to 7 working days, but that money's not budging. So we don't care. It's very secure. Eventually what we did was we rang up over Skype. I told the person on the phone, it was me and my brother on there because he's autistic, so he couldn't do it on his own. What happened, told him we're recording it as well. The lady said, right, buy more tickets. It usually takes 24 hours sometimes when it's pending. If it comes through, we'll refund you for the original sale, the one is pending on. At this moment, the money's still pending, so we know it's totally gone wrong. But we do have the tickets now. But yeah, to elaborate, this isn't just me. Someone else tried a VPN apparently, and they had the same problem. Now, Universal, we don't need VPNs. Look, you've got a Universal UK site now. What I do not understand this day and age anymore. It's the same with the Mousetrap as well. Stop punishing people out of America who want to buy these tickets. If we want to go on your website and we want to buy any type of ticket, let us do it. It's not 1995 anymore. Catch up with the modern world. You're meant to be the biggest nation, the greatest nation in the world. But when it comes to your websites, I will say every time before I've got to use one, something will go wrong because you're so far behind. Your websites are archaic to me. I get infuriated going on Universal's or Disney websites. They are something like back in the dial-up age of modems and that. Sort your system out. Come on, America. You're the biggest country in the world. Sort it out. And but there was a way around it. But there was an easier way around it. What Simon did.
Use the app.
Yeah. But that's my point. If you can do it on the fucking app, why can't you do it on the website, you dickheads?
Yeah. But what I would also do, guys, this is Muddy Simon kicking in here. always buy it with a credit card. Because you always covered with, if your bank won't sort it out, your credit card will under the UK Purchase Act and pay it off. Don't put it on credit card and put yourself into debt for this event. Pay it off if you can. Don't use
most people do put themselves in debt for this event because the threshold is getting silly now on the ticket prices.
Yeah.
Let's go to the ultimate Fear Pass with Express. Nearly $1,100 these days. Are they taking the piss?
Yeah, it's $1,069 plus tax, I think.
Absolute joke. It's too far.
It is, but the thing is, if they've got a quota of how much they want to make on money wise, and if these tickets selling out has hit that quota, it's they know they can charge more.
Well,
until these tickets stop selling out, it's always going to go up and up and up.
Well, I'm going to moan about the price because I won't pay that. But you people who pay for it and moan about it, that's your fault. It's like this top I've got on here. What some people will see on YouTube and some of you will podcast. It's a football soccer jersey of Chelsea. I don't buy the official stuff anymore because they're nearly £100, and I ain't paying £100 for something was the same cloth from China. So I'm not telling you the prices. I'll just tell you it's a hell of a lot cheaper. But look into that, people, if you're into your soccer jersey.
The thing is that it's theme park inflation is. If you are it's positive, all of it.
I think
that one ticket has stayed the same price. Yeah,
is he still there? I'm not sure, Simon. I'm going to let you go for a few. So stay on the line until you think your signal's back. I'm going to read to two people who answered my question about this. I did the question late, everybody, so I do apologise that it came through. There's not many people that's commented, but I did leave it quite late. So it was Phill. We record tonight. I've seen how sensitive the subject is about the top 3 Fear Passes with Express selling out. We'll be giving our opinions and thoughts about it, and would like your opinions and thoughts. We'll be giving our opinions. So the first one was yet again Florida Phill Campbell. Express was mad at times last year with people saying it was oversold. We waited 100 minutes in the Last of Us Express line one night in October and was passed by the standby line in the Exodus line and said some express lines were no more than 20 minutes. See, I'm not sure if Simon's back, if he's just butting, but 100 minutes for an express line.
I can hear you now.
So, yeah, basically Phill Campbell had to stay 100 minutes in express line. That is overselling an express. Or that is the person in the line who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I've always said you should let 30 people through with standby and then let 10 through with express. 30 with standby, but they don't. They do it in silly blocks and it mucks up both lines.
Yeah.
We do have one more. Can you guess who it is? Can you guess who the next one is?
Greg Willocks.
It is. I don't have an issue with tickets selling out. They needed to do something with express lines. Were too long last year when I was there. Express multi-night tickets are charged at a premium price, so the experience needs to match that. You've got a point there.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. When I first bought an express pass back in 2015, sounds a long time ago, it changed the event for me. Because it gave us the freedom to do whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, and not having to worry about getting up how many houses we're going to get done, because we know we're going to get them all done at some point. We're not standing around, because that's the biggest thing about the Express Pass is it shortens your walks, so you're always walking, because your Express Passes, Express queues are usually a little bit shorter, and you're not standing on your feet as long. Where if you're in a queue that's 60 minutes long and you're moving and shuffling forward, you're stood around for a lot of that 60 minutes. Whereas if I was in an express queue and I'm in that express queue for 10 minutes, I'm constantly moving.
Yeah, but don't you want to play that stupid game?
No.
That stupid game when people put the phone on their head and have to guess what it is.
Well, if you want to go back to, well, yeah, that's a stupid game. But if you want to go back to,
they look so stupid. They really do.
Yeah. But if you want to go back to that, when Universal brought that game out, the Graveyard Games, I put that down as one of my worst houses. People loved it.
I love that house, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't get me wrong, I like the house, but the story behind it, I missed a lot of it because I missed all the scares, which you do get in houses now and then. But adding stuff like that to it is great for the people in the normal queue. If you're in the express queue, you're constantly moving. And also, if you're a drinker like me, it's great because you can just keep downing drinks because you're just constantly on the move.
Alcoholic.
I'm not. But if you don't see me with a beer in my hand at Halloween Horror Nights, please
buy him one.
Please.
Buy him one. I'm going to start calling you Barney. Not
No.
Barney, and I'm not on about Barney, the stupid purple dinosaur.
No, which Barney?
The one with burps.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to get the belly like him anyway.
I've already got it. Can't get rid of it because my body's falling apart. And I'm actually fearing this year because something's wrong with my soul and my feet this year. And I really should get down to the doctors and figure out what it is, because otherwise I'm going to be in a lot of pain at Horror Nights and I'll have no one to blame but myself.
Yeah. So I understand, guys, that was a bit of a lot to take and a lot of opinions flying around. But like we've always said, everybody's entitled to opinion. If you don't agree with us, don't worry about it. We can't. We're never going to agree on everything, and people are entitled to an opinion. That's what this community is about. That's what we want. This as a tell us how you feel. Let us know. We'll tell you our side, and that's it. We'll move on to the next subject because in 2 weeks' time there'll be something else to talk about.
It'll be the crap food.
Yeah,
but everyone thinks amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I've got the poll up. It's still got 21 hours and 25 minutes left because I wasn't sure when we're going to record. I put, will you be going through the Red Door Insidious house at Horror Nights Orlando? Yes, tiptoe through 97%. No, keep the door locked 3%. I'm probably guessing that's someone who doesn't like Insidious.
Could be. Because don't forget, if you, I know a lot of people have only done this house via Blumhouse, when it was in that house as a section. If you did this house in 2012, where it was an individual house, my God, was that awesome house. That was Julie's favourite that year. I think we went through that house 5 times in 3 nights.
Well, you know, I love the Insidious movies as well.
And that was only based on the first. That was only based on the first 2. So if. This house, I think, at the moment, I'm not done my rankings yet. We'll do that when the final house gets announced. But this at the moment is squarely sat at the top of the pile.
Yeah, fair enough. And I believe we have a thank you to give to Hallowed Out Horror with a little sorry as well, correct?
Well, it's not really sorry. We did what they asked us to do. We have sent them our results of the spec map competition that they've done. If you are listening to this, he asked us to be a judge, and we got over 50 entries, I believe. So we went through. We sent off our top 5. We won't say what they are or who they're from just yet. We'll let them do what they're doing at Hallowed Out Horror. And then what we've said is the winner, we will do a special house spec map edition of one of our breakdowns of our spec maps.
Yeah, and we've got one ourselves what's out on British TV.
Yeah, so we said we're going to dedicate a show just to them, just to the winner of this spec map competition. So you can find our thoughts on what your vision is of a Halloween Horror Nights event.
If anybody's wondering, that or Hallowed Out Horror, that them and Horror Night Nightmares is actually one of the other judges on it. So they're getting on very well, people. So if anyone thinks they're not getting on, you're very wrong. Simon, where can everyone find us?
You can find us at HHE Pod on all the socials except TikTok, where it is at HHE 1, podcast 1, I think. I'm terrible at this, you know me.
It's HHE Pod 1. That's where, if there's breaking news, that's where it's going to be. It's that simple. We also,
you can find us on HHE Pod Podcast on YouTube, where you can watch this. You'll only be able to hear my voice. You might just see a picture of I think
the old HHE logo. Actually says UK Halloween events 2023 on there right now. Brilliant.
Well, that's how long it's been since I've changed that profile picture. But find us on YouTube. Give this video a like, thumbs up, subscribe if you wish. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps to get the video out to more people. And if you are on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give us a review on any of your podcast apps. 5 stars would be great. If you want to give us a 1 star, give us a 1 star. Anything helps. And tell a friend. Tell a friend about this show. If every single listener who's listening right now tells one friend, and then that friend tells another friend, and then it just helps. Because, like I said, we're not the biggest, we never will be, but we think we do a decent job on this show. So
at least we keep our mouth shut for things we might know.
Well, I was waiting for you to bring that up. But we you probably noticed we have dropped a few hints over the season.
There's a difference between a hint and blatantly saying stuff to try and get people to think you're the best.
So what we've done, we just dropped a few hints. If you noticed them, fantastic. If you didn't, have a look back at our feeds and you'll figure out what we've been doing. But yeah, we do know things. There's some things we do get wrong, but we'll always hold our hands up. And if you have got an opinion, let us know. If you don't like us, go and tell us to fuck off. We don't care.
Yeah, really. Yeah. As Eminem said, you can't kill Slim Shady, you can't kill us either. Oh, yeah, that's a great album, by the way. People can't listen to that. Mwah!
Yes.
Right, let's get this over and done with, people. We'll probably be back next week because I've got a feeling there's going to be another house dropped.
Yeah, we've only got one more house because don't forget the 3-house tour starts on the 16th of August, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's literally 3 weeks away. 4 weeks.
Simon, use your catchphrase, mate.
Tatty, bye, 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 bye.
Do Joe's.
I can't remember what I do.
Do Joe's.
What is it? Good night and sweet screams.
And from me, I made it a bit longer. Ready for this, people? See you in your nightmares and stay epic.
Hello.
Dum-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dee. Righty, people. It's here. Good timing, Phil. Where's my timer?